Let's be real for a second. Is your money actually doing anything for you? Or is it just sitting there? Well, today, we're going to crack open the Modern Investor's Toolkit. We'll show you exactly how to put your money to work. So, let's dive in. Okay, so why should you even think about investing? Well, let me throw a number at you. 0.01%. Yeah, you heard that right. That is the shockingly low interest rate a lot of big banks will give you on a standard savings account. It's almost nothing. To put that into perspective, imagine you have 10 grand saved up. Good for you. But after an entire year, you'd earn $1. One single dollar. That's not a typo, folks. It's a massive wake-up call. But hey, the good news is there are much, much better ways to make your money grow.
All right, so where do we even begin? Let's start with a really cool tool that completely shatters one of the biggest hurdles for new investors. We're talking about stock slices. Think of this as your golden ticket into the market, even if you're just starting out.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You see some huge company you really believe in. You check the stock price and, whoa, a single share costs hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. You can feel like the whole game is just not for you. But what if I told you there's a way to get in on that action without breaking the bank?
The answer is something called a fractional share. And honestly, it's just as simple as it sounds. Think about it like ordering pizza. You don't have to buy the whole pie just to get a taste, right? You can just buy a slice. Same idea here. You can invest by the dollar amount you're comfortable with, not by the price of a whole expensive share. And look, this isn't some niche, underground trick. We're talking about major players here. You can get a piece of any of the 500 biggest companies in the US, the S&P 500, for as little as $5. $5! That is a total game changer when it comes to making investing accessible for everyone.
And how do you actually do it? It's seriously as easy as 1, 2, 3. You open a brokerage account, you put some money in it, and then you start buying your slices. That's literally it. Just like that giant wall that seemed to be blocking you from investing, it's gone.
Okay, so you're in. You've bought your first slice of a company. That's awesome. But then the market starts doing its thing, you know? It goes up, it goes down, it gets a little wild. So what do you do then? Well, that brings us to our next tool, a strategy for navigating those inevitable market swings.
This strategy is called dollar cost averaging, or DCA for short. And really, it's all about consistency. The idea is simple. You invest a set amount of money at a regular time, say every 2 weeks or every month, and you just stick to it. The key here is that you do it no matter what the stock price is doing. You just keep going, like clockwork. Okay, take a look at how this works in practice. When the price of the stock drops, that fixed amount of money you're investing, let's say it's $50, it actually buys you more shares. And when the price goes up, that same $50 buys you fewer shares. See what's happening? Over time, this process can really smooth out your average purchase price, which is a huge advantage. So, does this mean DCA is always the absolute best way to go? Well, not always. If the market is just going straight up, non-stop, then yeah, investing a big chunk of money all at once, what we call lump sum investing, might actually do better. But let's be honest, how often does that happen? In the real world, where markets are choppy and unpredictable, DCA can be an investor's best friend. It helps you manage that risk and keep your cool. All right, so we've got a way to buy stocks and a strategy for handling the volatility. But what if you're thinking, I don't have the time or the interest to research and pick individual companies? That's a totally fair point. And that's exactly where investment funds come into the picture. Let's focus on one of the most popular types, exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. The best way to think of an ETF is like a basket of investments, all bundled together. Instead of buying one apple, you're buying a whole fruit basket. So with a single purchase, you can own a small piece of dozens or even hundreds of different companies. Boom! Instant diversification. But, and this is a big but, not all ETFs are the same, even if they seem to focus on the same area. Let's take a look at two really popular tech-focused funds, QQQ and VGT. On the surface, they seem similar, right? But QQQ tracks the top 100 companies on the NASDAQ, which includes tech, but also other stuff. VGT, on the other hand, is a pure tech fund. It only invests in infotech companies.
Now check out this table. This is where it gets really interesting. You can see just how much more concentrated VGT is in a few big names. I mean, look at NVIDIA. It makes up more than 17% of VGT's holdings, but it's under 10% in QQQ. That is a massive difference in how much you're betting on one single company.
And this chart really drives that point home. If you look at VGT, just 4 companies, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, and Broadcom, make up almost half of the entire fund. Think about that. The fate of your investment is heavily tied to the performance of just a handful of giant companies.
And what does all this mean for you? Well, it's the classic trade-off between risk and reward. That heavy concentration in VGT could lead to some absolutely incredible returns if those top companies soar. But it also means a lot more risk. If those same companies have a bad quarter, your investment is going to feel it. It's just a powerful reminder that you always have to look under the hood of any fund you're considering.
Okay, so we're talking about all these different tools and products, but with so much information, and let's be honest, misinformation flying around, a big question comes up. Who can you actually trust? That's where the last piece of our toolkit comes in. Let's talk about the guardrails that are in place to protect you.
So let me introduce you to FINRA. That stands for the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. The easiest way to think of them is like the referees of the financial world. They're authorized by the government, and their job is to write and enforce the rules that all the brokerage firms have to play by. Their whole mission is to protect investors, people like us.
And they're not messing around. Just listen to a key part of one of their rules, Rule 2210. It says that all communications from these firms must be based on principles of fair dealing and good faith, must be fair and balanced. What that means is they can't just show you the good stuff and hide the bad. They have to give you the whole picture, and that's a really important protection for all of us.
All right, let's take a breath and zoom out for a second. We've just put together a pretty solid starter toolkit, haven't we? We've talked about the actual tools, the strategies you can use, and even the rules that are in place to keep things fair. So let's recap what's in your new toolkit. You've got fractional shares to get you in the door, making investing accessible to everyone. You've got dollar cost averaging as a smart strategy to handle the market's ups and downs. You've got ETFs as a super simple way to spread your risk. And you've got the peace of mind knowing that FINRA rules are there to make sure you get a fair shake. So look, the days of sitting on the sidelines are over. You now have the tools to get started. You have a strategy to think about. You have a way to diversify your investments. And you know there are guardrails in place to protect you. The only question left is, what's your next step?